Welcome to Secure Management Faculties, where your mind is key before you unlock what is seen. Secure Agent Dreyfuse. We'll be going over a self-defense shooting out of Cleveland, and this self-defense shooting will be straight to the point. We'll observe the video and go through the highlighted points of the footage, as usually on the screen class playlist. But first, let's head straight towards the description. All right, surveillance video from the now shuttered Western Tavern in Cleveland shows Aaron Mason attacked Joshua Walker moments before Walker shot Mason in October 2017. Walker was charged with murder and spent 200 days in jail before the Cuyahoga County prosecutor Michael O'Malley's office dismisses all charges against Walker the morning of his trial was set to begin. And this video can be the credit to Cleveland.com for presenting and providing the footage. Now, continuing forward, we'll start the video, and once that video begins, we run back after it's finished, and then we can look at the indicators and what could have been done in a self-defense situation by picking up those indicators and or when the conflict happens or arises. Let's begin. All right, so don't know who's who here. Let's see, you in the hoodie, orange, another orange hoodie over there. Okay, it looks like he's putting on gloves. Negotiation, pretty much just regular, casual crowd movement here. Pretty much everybody's minding their own business. Looks like Orange is revving up or something. All right. Oh, that's, yeah, obviously. Okay. Okay. That looks like that will be the end of that footage. Sort of underwhelming, if you will. They didn't show the end result. But nonetheless, we can continue. All right, so I pretty much got the gist of what that video was about. The main person of interest was over here in this area, and obviously the guy who started, or seemingly started, the confrontation was this gentleman in orange. If we proceed forward and we start to acknowledge the indicators, they don't kick off until Mr. Orange over here starts to verbally start spouting out language, as it would seem. But the pre-indicators start from that point. So I'll let the video play from that point or speed it up, however, which comes first. Let's see if we can get up there. And he's putting the gloves on. Let's get up to the point where he starts to make changes here. All right, so strapping the gloves on. See if we can excel past that a little bit more. Okay, gloves strapped on. Talking to his friends, or people at least he seems to be associated with. Those gloves seem like some sort of form of preparation. All right, so now he's spouting at a distance already. All right, so pre-indication right now. Let's say it started from here. At first, he was talking to his surrounding buddies here. So at the end of the day, that's fine. But now we have Mr. Orange here. His attention is headed towards this direction to the gentleman in the back corner. So everything is fine until this point. So now we already have the indicators present that there is going to be what? High conflict, right? No peace in mind whatsoever. So after that indication has been established, you should already be in a high awareness, especially after verbal confrontation has begun pretty much across the room and directed towards you. Let's continue it. Aggression, body language aggression. All right, this is obviously an indicator. No need to pretend. He's walking towards the location where you are, right? So with that said, that means you need to already be where? In a high state of alert, and you need to be looking at his gestures, right? You need to be looking at what his build is and what he's consisted of, and you need to start controlling or attempting to control what's going on. What are some indicators right now, even though after he's making his established declarations against you as the person over here in the corner, right? Because he's coming towards you. You want to be mindful of a couple things here. As traditionally set in a common habit, hands in the pockets, right? So that can automatically mean that there's some type of force, extensive measure, a weapon, in other words, that he may possibly can have. There's no intent in his demeanor, especially prior to him yelling and then walking where? Walking obviously to you. So pay attention to those indicators as that starts to build up. Let's continue and see what we already know was to come. He's walking over there. Big no-no right here, right? So he's already, you can see the figure of the gentleman right here now in full form. He's already breached the personal area, right? Personal space is a no-no. The biggest thing here, as the person that Orange is focusing on, right? All his intent is going towards the gentleman here. You need to stand up. Don't be stagnant in a defensive disadvantage. He's still sitting down. So at this point where your personal space is breached, verbal words have already been established, it's time to stand up. Because now, even including while he's there in front of his face, we still have those hands in the pocket. And you're still on a lower level disadvantage by sitting down. Stand up, brace your space, and prepare. And as we know what's about to happen, he's about to do what? He's about to do those favorite ambush tactics. Oh yeah. He was definitely putting his hands in his pocket for concealment, and he's about to go guerrilla warfare style. Conflict already breaks out. Easy. So now you're already in the conflict. There's nothing to talk about. The battle has begun, right? So at this point, let's get all the way outside just to finish up the rest of this confrontation. They fall outside, and there should be a gun in the gentleman's hand that fell that he was pushing on. All right, so there's pretty much nothing there to see. Let's see if I can get a specific point. Okay, this one's good. All right, so all the things are already occurring here. You're in the heat of battle. There's nothing to talk about. It's going down, right? It's already said and done. At this point, what needs to be established is what you need to do to the extent that you feel that your life is in danger. At that point, obviously, when you make your action, it's going to have to be judged. And that's going to go to the court phases or whatever, whatnot, to prove if it was self-defense or not. But as you can see in the description earlier, the charges were dropped. But just make sure that you're responding on the level of force necessary, or at least use that as a guider in order to interpret whether you're being assaulted or not, or your life is in danger. At the end of the day, we know one thing, just to finish this up. Orange, he was already preparing for this already, it seems. You were over here in this corner, minding your own business, and then at a certain point, Orange starts to verbally throw words back out towards the direction of you. That's basically saying, I'm going to do something, right? And as I'm going to do it, I'm going to focus all of that intention and verbalization on where? On you. That's what the intention was about. So, at the end of the day, understand those indicators. Understand the indicators of when he was verbally giving signs, when he was being aggressive in his movements with his body language, and then he proceeded to walk towards the location of your personal space, breached your personal space. After breaching the personal space, still maintaining hands in the pocket. Then after that, using a guerrilla warfare style tactic, hands instantly come out of your pocket to denotate what? Telegraphing, and just begin the full-on assault. Now, the whole part I want to notice, I want to point out before this video segment ends too, right? This whole portion right here, when he was in his personal space, before the actual fight started. Let's see, let's get it and freeze it exactly right where he was at. So he walks over there. This determining phase here is actually, in the whole entire encounter, is the most deadliest, because at this point you don't know if he was going to use close range combat. He could have had a knife in his pocket. He's putting on gloves, right? That could be for not leaving fingerprints, or more grip for a knife, so he won't cut his own hand, depending on how thorough he was. But this hands in the pocket is an indication of an unknown. And since you're playing those games to sort of wait and assess, I don't know what the other guy that was thinking that was still sitting down. He was sitting down in that stance that was commonly known as "I wish a person would," quote and unquote. And he got caught off guard, and you simply just do not want to play around in this unknown area. You need to take charge, you need to assess, you need to prepare, and you need to take action, whether that's evasive retreat there and or prepare for the next form of action that's going to take place. But not stand there in a simple position such as he was, sitting there not moving at all. It's just that simple. All right, secure management faculties, where your mind is key before you unlock what is seen. Secure Agent Dreyfus. Again, I want to thank everybody for who came and observed this video. Once again, appreciate. Thank you for the little doodle. And more content will be showing up. Again, as always, below you have an option to sell your firearm. Below in the description, you'll see the guns.com website. Go down, follow the link below, sell your gun, fill out the paperwork, get that extra currency in your pocket. Again, appreciate all who have attended. Thank you for observing this video, and let's make more critical decisions based off of self-defense in the most critical ways, in order not to just protect our life, but to, if you're a practitioner, exercise the habits of the lifestyle. Understand those indicators, and understand that in this case, to me, this was a spoiling factor, right? A spoiling factor that allowed so many good indicators to come for you to be able to prepare yourself for. So adhere to those indicators. Obviously, the practitioners already know. Pay attention out there. Be self-aware. See you on the next upload.